I'm sitting in the couch in the man cave. I'm in the man cave. There's somebody in my room. I didn't even know somebody in my room. Opened the door. I think I scared somebody. I'm like, oh, I didn't know somebody was in here. Nobody tells me nothing.
It's not me. I'm over here in England.
Somebody's barring my office. That's fine. Just let me know because I don't want to budget on people. But I want to welcome Hobbs for being here. I want to welcome Peter O'Brien. And I appreciate Peter O'Brien jumping on Saturday night doing a movie review on Hoodman. That was cool. He was in the chat. That was cool, and all that. So man, let me tell you something. I had an interesting kind of a weekend dealing with
abducted by aliens.
I should have. So basically, Friday and Saturday and stuff is usually the day I work on to get out the news, get out my weekly newsletter and all that, get the laptop, go upstairs, get it all ready, get the thumbnails ready for the shows for the week. Well, the computer decided to go to heaven. Just went blank. Boom. Just went blank. Stopped working. So Saturday, it's an Apple, and the Apple store does they do actually a great job fixing it. I set it up for Saturday around 2:00. Around 2:20 is an appointment to get it fixed. So, and usually we were going to go to the South Center Mall earlier, just walk around the mall for a little bit, get some steps in. But the wife, there's a purse that she wanted for Nordstrom, but they didn't have it there. She's going to order it, but the one in downtown has the purse. So I said, well, let's go to the store because you might want to actually see the purse in person. Because you buy it online, you don't really know what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We decided to go downtown first before the computer store. So we went downtown, went fine. We left. Then on the way to going to South Center Mall, our phone says the appointment has been canceled. Unfortunate events is happening at the mall. So the wife looked it up. There was a shooting that happened at the mall. The South Center Mall had a shooting. I don't think they caught the guy, but they think it's escalated where it's a gang member type of deal.
Oh,
a gang member type of shot.
Yeah.
Oh, but everybody who was at the mall couldn't leave until the full investigation is done. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, who cares about the appointment? But if we would have went there instead of downtown, we would have been in that mall. I'm not saying we would have got shot or nothing because it was insulated to the person they knew. 2 people got shot, got sent to the hospital. But we would have been kept there for like 3-4 hours until the full investigation's there. So I was like, wow, the wife's purse going to downtown saved us 3-4 hours. So the computer didn't get looked at until Sunday. Vitamin appointment it had to be late on Sunday because all the appointments filled up because everybody got canceled.
Yeah.
So, and the computer couldn't come back to life. So I had to scrounge up some money somehow and get a new computer. So that's why there's no newsletter this week, and there's no links for every show because I got to build them. Because by the time I got the computer yesterday, since it's an Apple, it will re-download everything you had, all your pictures that you've done, but it takes hours because there's a lot. So by the time I finally got everything on this computer last night, like 11:30 and 12, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to create tomorrow's show, get that up. I'll have to work on the newsletter and all that. But it's a crazy world, right? Shootings going on. I mean, you just never know, right? You never know.
You might have had a virus now. Did you? Viruses have been hitting a lot of people's computers. Now, did you have each of your programs? Did you go through them to make sure there's no viruses, right?
You know what? It wasn't the Apple usually does a big download.
Oh, you got another Apple. That's right. Wow.
It's an Apple, and I just think I don't know because I had it happen before. I think it was just too much. They actually the Apple Store still has it.
Okay.
Still have it. They're going to see if they erase everything, get it working, and if it does, then my wife doesn't have a computer and she's working from home. She could use it.
Okay.
Well, going. I had to get a computer. So it was all weird. It was just so there's no links for tomorrow yet for Wednesday, but they'll get there. No newsletter yet, but I was still gonna work on it. But those 1 or 2 days you don't have something that's working. It's just like this shit takes time. People don't realize.
Yeah.
It's time to build a thumbnail, even a thumbnail like the one you see behind us. You see the people. That shit takes time.
Yeah.
I just didn't have time. But actually, I got a question for you and everybody, and we'll get into the discussion of people who've died twice. And what I mean is discussion about people who died twice was names that we have and the names from the chat. I got Wikipedia's on like 5 of these names that's on the thumbnail. Look at their dates when they're born, when they die, just to see if we see clues on.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. But before that, I had I was having a Reddit. Reddit's always a place where everybody likes to argue with you.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna show a video clip. Now there was a question. I think Tom Murr just saw my little video short on the Horror Talk channel. The conversation was about Jason Voorhees. Okay, hold on. So it is the question is Jason Voorhees technically a zombie, or did he survive the drown and he was just living in the woods, right?
Zombie.
A lot of people say he's a zombie. And I was making an argument that I go, no, he's not a zombie. I go, he didn't drown. He was actually stranded in the woods. Since he was mental, he learned off the woods. And the guy's like, no, you got any proof? You got any proof that he's not a zombie? And I got a little something. And if anybody went to my I'm going to show it here. Hold on a second. I got a little something here. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. Hold on. So if technically under the word zombie, right, people, Carla, Tom Murr, if you're a zombie, you don't really feel nothing, right? You don't technically, you could cut them up and they keep going. Yeah. Now, this is only a 16-second clip. So I want you guys to really look at this clip and tell me if Jason Voorhees is a zombie. Ready? Here we go. See that? You just been kicked in the nuts. Hold on. Now, I don't know if, can you kick a zombie in the nuts? Would a zombie go down? Jason Voorhees got kicked in the nuts and he went straight down.
You make a good argument. That's a damn good argument. That's a damn good argument. Zombie wouldn't feel his balls. So
only 16 seconds. I'll show it one more time, everybody. Look very close. This is Friday the 13th, part 2. Before he got the hockey mask, he was still like very alive. Now watch this one more time. It's only 16 seconds. Hold on. I might have been much help. Had a TV or other programming. Let's pay attention. Okay, here we go. One more time. It's only 16 seconds, and we'll have the discussion. Oh, play. Here we go. Jason. And I put straight down. You just been kicked in the nuts. Let's watch it. Now, tell me, unless zombies can start feeling, hold on. What's this? Carla says, at this point, being kicked in the nuts, no, but he does eventually become one. Well, yeah. He gets, technically, he fully dies in part 4. Final chapter, machete slices his eye, and he comes back to life and sits with lightning. Yes, that's where he's a zombie. But the question always is, did he really drown or did he not? Because if he did it, man, he looked like a regular man getting kicked in the nuts.
I think that's the best guess. I think he wasn't a zombie yet. I think he was an immortal and he just found out he was an immortal, and then he got his nuts kicked, and he wasn't completely immortal until he was actually killed, like super killed, or he knows he's dead. Then he goes, "Oh fuck, I'm a zombie. I'm an immortal zombie guy."
Yeah.
I
do not think he was a zombie in part 1 and part 2. Well, technically, he wasn't really in part 1. There's a kid that drowned in the water. You can't really say that him being drowned in the water that was like not a dream sequence, because part 2 is 5 years after that. He goes from a kid to a grown man, so you could say that's probably more of a sequence. And remember, in the Friday 13 movies, nobody ever said they found Jason's body from the water.
Well, that and the mom went on a killing rampage. Well, if he didn't die, I mean, okay, so a couple of teenagers lacked their position and he fucking almost drowned. But obviously, if mom's got the kid retarded running around the house, he's not dead. So why the hell would she go on a killing rampage so angry because her son was killed, but he's actually alive? I mean, so maybe even the mom didn't know he was alive. Maybe he was living by himself as an immortal.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think the mom knew, because remember, he had some issues.
Yeah.
And he was watching mom. And, but man, can you imagine chasing somebody and getting kicked like that? I mean, look. Yeah, look at that. Grabbing his nuts right there. Both his hands went to his nuts, and Jason went down. So that's how you stop a big man.
It's a pre-zombie clip. Pre-zombie.
What is this?
Immortal.
I am clueless. Never watched any of the movies, but I will hang out for a while anyways. Well, this is not a Friday 13 talk. It was just something that I had to prove to somebody on Reddit that you better think twice about saying zombie, because I've never seen a zombie went down to the ground getting kicked in the nuts.
Well, it's on the same subject because we're talking about people coming back to life like zombies. So it's the same thing. Same thing.
She uses her left foot. Think of the damage if she used her right foot.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Maybe she's a lefty? What
is this? I've always questioned why his mom was avenging the death of him as a child when he obviously didn't die.
That's what I always said. I go,
well, she didn't know. I think she thinks he did, and didn't know he was stuck out in the woods or something.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, we're like, wait, but he's not actually dead. But she must not have known. So he's running around out there like living like a wild person.
You got to take everything with a grain of salt. But because if you watch part 2 and part 3, the man double in size. So the man's shape keeps on changing. So,
he's good.
It is what it is. But I just thought that was an interesting conversation I had with the guy. Like, now do you think he's a full zombie? Man, if I could become a zombie and that, you don't really die unless somebody cuts your head, but they can still kick you in the nuts, I don't think I'll be a zombie now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, maybe it's a residual memory he has. I don't know. I don't think he was full zombie yet. I think he was only quarter immortal. And then he's becoming full immortal. Kind of like a vampire.
Exactly.
Pre-vampire.
Exactly. And then
he's pre-murder.
I never found Jason that scary, to be honest. No. Friday 13th are not scary movies. They're just fun slasher kill 'em up movie. That's how they're there's nothing scary about Friday the 13th. You start watching it for how many kills he does in a movie, how many he gets to, because every movie they raise the count, and you look at originality of how people being killed. Like, always over, in this part, he's gonna kill somebody with inside of a sleeping bag against a tree.
Yeah.
And how what I've learned is how good the special effects people were on this movie. Apparently, they had to cut out 70% of the kills way it looked, or the early movies would have got a rated X.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I wish somehow whoever on the rights had the money to put all those extra back somehow. Because nowadays you could get away with it, but in the 80s they were going to make the movie a rated X if they would have kept some of the blood scenes in it.
Wow, wouldn't that be fucking
the
cool?
one scene, I don't remember which Friday 13th it was. I think maybe the remake where they took the girl in the sleeping bag and they slam it against a tree and she dies.
Yeah.
Apparently, the real scene, she was slammed against a tree 3 to 4 times.
Oh.
But the people said if you need to cut it down to 1, or we're gonna make it rated X. So they actually had to cut only with 1 swing.
Oh no, man! They need to redo a couple of those.
Jason deserves all swings.
Wouldn't that be cool? They did a whole classics, redid the whole original with the missing parts and pieces, make a whole new movie.
Yeah, because remember, you're not talking about going from PG-13 to R to PG-13. You're talking about going from R to X. That's porn level.
Well, that's 18 and above, right?
Well, there's R17 that's 17 and above, and yeah, X would be yeah.
Make it 18.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't 18 already, but that's good. It was R17. Is that what it used to be? I can't remember what it was. What was it? It was rated R. I know that, right?
Well, they're all the Friday 13s are R.
Yeah,
just R. I think mental illness affected the ability to feel, and partly numbness. Why he killed and was able to bounce back time and time again. Well, yeah, people's severity of mental illness can reroute the pain in a lot of ways. Think about this. There's a lot of cutters out there. There's people who cut themselves. Our brother who used to cut himself, and it's like they stop feeling pain.
Yeah.
So people have been shown. I mean, there's studies of cars on top of somebody, and somehow somebody got a magical strength and was able to pick it up because your body acts on a whole new level when it's
adrenaline.
And talking about mental ills, you know how we've been talking about Karens and stuff? So like people being Karens out there.
Yeah.
And
as the definition goes, yeah.
And there's some awesome videos of people just being Karens. And some of these are just looking at these people just like, is that worth it?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this one.
Okay.
I'm just doing this for fun, and we'll get into the Mandela effects of the dead people. This is all just for fun.
Yeah, I love these. That's fine.
You cannot go inside. You cannot go inside. You try to force your way inside. You cannot go inside.
You allow your arm to touch my body and block my free movement.
You cannot go inside.
You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss of me. Karen, then man and woman, then government, then corporation, then employee.
We're closed. I apologize. There's no more customers right now. I apologize very, very much.
I mean, it's like, is it worth arguing to see what happened? Like, did they arrest her?
Like 15 till.
Hold on.
Just touch my breast.
Wow.
No offense, Bob. Who would want to touch her breast?
No. Oh no. Well, his hands are obviously on it, so I can see it right there. So homie does. You don't want to be touching no Karen's breast. I'll tell you that's a no. So I don't know.
But it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm watching these people. It's like, is it really worth to go through all this? Here, let's see what this one does.
Finger up at me ever again. And I'd
Do you want me to report this to the cops? I will.
Please do. Call them.
Because I'm just trying to drive safe.
Call them.
I'm just trying to drive safely.
So that is an open threat that you're not going to follow through with. Call the fucking police.
What threat?
Now.
For asking you to drive safe?
Yeah.
That's a threat? Lady, go away, please.
Go
I have
away.
it on footage. So
Right,
you
let's
want
get
to...
it up there. Yeah, call the cops, and I'll wait right here.
Lady, go away, please.
Wow.
I mean,
Your ass is going to be on live.
Oh.
Keep the shit up.
and look at this lady. This lady keeps following this skateboarder, getting in front of him.
Oh. Whoa.
Look at this. I mean, she just follows.
Oh, God.
She's trying to hurt him.
Look at that.
Look at what is wrong with her.
That's what I'm saying. What is wrong with this world, Bob? I mean, it's just why do people just mind their own business? If somebody's not fucking with you, listen, if you're driving like a mad dog and somebody's saying, hey, watch out, they're actually kind of doing you a favor.
Yeah, I don't usually have those problems. I usually talk my way out of it pretty easy. I make them feel beautiful and kind, and then they walk away. But yeah. Ugh.
I mean, they're just so fun watching these videos. I mean, there's so many of these Karens out there.
Oh God.
I mean, let's see here.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Humiliated. These are moments where the Karens don't get their way and they lose it. Now we have a lot of Karens to get through, so let's jump right into it. Okay, so these very hangry customers had actually ordered some McDonald's and were waiting for their food to be brought to them in their car. They had allegedly waited up to 20 minutes to receive their food, and they thought this time frame wasn't good enough. Now they called out the employee and demanded answers as to why their food took so long, and instead of being belittled and taking their abuse,
this worker's like,
actually
you open your window, I'm gonna eat your food.
The customers obviously got very angry.
That's how you teach a Karen.
Using him, this employee to quite literally open up their bag of food and start eating it. You can only imagine how shocked
there you go.
Gentlemen eating their food. So let's have a look. We'll wave in silence real quick.
Hold on.
Wow. McDonald's. UK McDonald's. This is why Corona happens.
This is why Corona happens. This is why Corona happens.
Everybody, as he was finally put in his place and called out for what he was doing to these staff members. Let's have a look.
Either I'll make a phone call, I'll knock you out myself. Out of my face. Don't you ever talk to somebody in their job while they're doing their best to help you. That's not their fault. Let's go to your car. Let's go to your car right now. Go to my son. Go to the car right now. You picked the right one on the wrong day. Where are you? Where are you? Because this white motherfucker.
This is white motherfucker.
To the store to ask why they were not wearing a mask, and instead of responding to him or giving him an answer, they literally ran away from him. These employees started screaming for help and even called the authorities on him when all he was doing was calling them out for not wearing a mask and not following the mask mandate that everybody else has to. Let's have a look.
Let's see here.
Why are neither of you guys wearing masks? Hey, can I ask why neither of you guys are wearing masks? No mask, no mask. Why aren't you wearing masks?
Get him out of here now.
I don't know, Bob. Is this shit worth it to go through all that?
It's weird.
Why do people? It just seems like, why go through all that? It's just there's some of these are a lot better than some of them. Like some of these people,
yeah.
Really get man, hold on. This guy is a fucking maniac. How was this? Anybody? Was it say? I was just comparing on how I see my brothers and male friends react to injury that area. Oh, watch this guy. I mean, it's just like. Is any of this worth it? Well, watch here. Let's hear. This guy goes nuts.
We're going to take a look at Karens who got owned and humiliated. These are Karens who don't get their way and they lose it. Now we have a lot of Karens to get through, so let's jump right into it.
Oh, hold on, let's find that one. Hold on, let me find that one.
Wow.
Hold on.
Yeah, I do like these ones. I'm not a fan of anything on the internet. However, these are entertaining.
Oh, here we go.
Shopping with his girlfriend when he noticed that somebody had a mask on that supported BLM. Now this Karen disagrees with BLM and actually found himself arguing with the gentleman wearing the BLM mask. Look. It wasn't long until security overheard the conversation.
The girlfriend was trying to get him out and he just wanted to go.
Refused to leave the premise as he wanted to stand his ground and argue his point of view about the matter. This Karen soon got aggressive over the situation and multiple security guards had to keep him out of the premise, as did his girlfriend.
What are you doing?
That's his girlfriend, man.
Whoa.
Matter. Black lives don't matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter. Take this on your recording. Black lives matter is the most thing we've ever seen. All right, all lives matter. All lives.
Look at this guy.
That's how it is.
What's he not?
Wow, man.
What have I got?
I mean, I'm looking at the shit like, is that shit worth it? I mean, really, you're a grocery store, and this is what I.
Well, yeah, this is kind of where we've become. I mean,
it is, and this is what's so sad about it. That part that pisses me off in a way. Whatever your beliefs are, I'm not here to say what your beliefs are. You got your everybody's got their beliefs, but when you start yelling at blue collar workers, right? These people are just working. Bob, imagine you're going to your job, and working at a grocery store is not the most glamorous job in the world, and you're getting paid minimum wage, right? You're getting paid minimum wage, and you're getting paid a minimum wage to hear this fucking white asshole guy just yelling. It's like I don't get paid enough for this. I'm not a bouncer.
Yell. Just like, go ahead, yell at me. I'll enjoy it. Go ahead. Just smile the whole time. Thank you very much. May I have another? Go ahead. It's fine. Wacky world. Wacky world. Who cares? But they're entertaining as fuck. That's what sucks, man. It's an evil sin.
They're so entertaining. Like another video where a woman was trying to pull in, but a girl from another car jumped out, was just standing in a spot saying, "No, I'm going to hold this spot just for myself because I feel like I need more space for my car."
Oh, I know. I think I've seen that. I think it's.
And it's just like, what? It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
dude. There's there's enough shit that is going on in the world.
Yeah,
need that. It's just. I love it. It's just so fun to watch. And the funny thing is, some of these women, and I love the women more than the men because the women really get into it.
Yeah, they're also they're also men. Yeah.
A white woman, oh my god, she gets like too crazy, too into like I'm talking about the white privileged ones, the ones that they have money, so they think that they have more power than you. And the other funny thing is, notice, Bob, when you watch those Karens, everybody thinks they know the law.
I know.
They all think they know the law. You know what the law says, blah, blah, blah. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's like, lady, you don't know the fucking law. Whatever law there is, if a governor puts out an emergency order, it overtrumps any other law. And it's just like everybody thinks they're a lawyer. Everybody thinks they're a judge. and it's just...
I walk away from it. I just say, it ain't my world, man. It's all yours. You may have it. I yield. It's your world, not mine. You can have it. I'm a
Carla, not a Karen. Listen, we all, Carla, we all get into those points of areas that somehow people push your buttons, but there's a part of you that's got to be like, it's not worth it. Get in your car and just go, because you're not going to get nowhere.
Yeah,
and people don't realize that. Well, I'll wait for the cops. I'll be here for them. And, they get a record, right? They get something, they get a misdemeanor, and they don't understand there are certain jobs that they do background checks. And when you even get a misdemeanor, even if you get a misdemeanor that's thrown out of court, say you beat your misdemeanor.
Yeah.
Always on your record that you actually had a misdemeanor, and even though you won, but if a company, when they see your record and they see that, no matter what, they're going to have doubt in you.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I don't have no misdemeanors, no nothing. I don't even have a traffic ticket. I've never had anything, so I'm fine. If I got pulled over by a cop, I just talked my way out of it. They're always like, thank you. Welcome to come over for a barbecue.
You know what? I've got plenty of driving speeding tickets. I've probably gotten about 7 or 8. And you know what? Every time I got pulled over, I know I'm a guy. There's no way that I'm going to talk myself out of it. So when a cop comes, I just get my insurance, my license, because you ain't going to change his mind.
No.
I mean, unless you're a bombshell. Now, I'm sure, okay, here example. If I get pulled over by a cop, Carla Webster, say she gets pulled over by the same cop, the chances are her getting off is better than mine.
Can't argue with stupid. that's perfect. Yeah.
I have a better chance getting off with the cop than I can.
Yeah.
And if you get a girl cop, she's got a point to prove with white men. What men?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not a coward, but I cooperate completely. I do the opposite. I'll try to be their best friend. I'm like, no problem. What do you want? Here. He's like, absolutely. You got it. Because you're not going to argue. You're not going to win. Stupid. So,
yeah, why does it bother? I uploaded our show that we did on Horror Talk onto the Gypsy Road channel on Sunday. I had to do it on Sunday because the computer was out. And I removed a comment. Somebody put a comment in there. And I'm like, why even write comments like this? Somebody wrote a comment. Well, you guys got 12.9 subscribers. You guys were rising too fast. So we know everybody's watching you's all been paid off. I'm getting paid off or you got paid off or you're buying this, you're buying that. And I'm sitting there like, why do you care?
What
I've been watching you for a long time. First of all, he wrote, I've been watching you for a long time. It's like, okay, you're watching me for a long time and now you're complaining. And then, Bob, and not just women are Karens, guys are Karens. I get this other email. Guys, I really like you and your brother. You guys are the funniest guys. I'm sorry I can't come to your chat and say hi because other channels will get mad at me. And I'm sitting there like, dude, I don't want you watching us. Listen, if you're watching a channel and you want to talk in the chat and you're afraid of what other people are going to say about you, and you're considering yourself in a truth community, then you're a fucking phony. You're a coward and you're a piece of shit because you should never be afraid of, it's like the time where like there's a time when 80s were done, right? And people were going through life saying, oh, I never liked that metal music. I never liked this. They were embarrassed. And then you get to then it's like, you should never be embarrassed for what you like. What you like is what you like. And if you're making decisions because of what other people think of you, should you really be in a truth community? Should you really be in an open mind community?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? And what now, Bob? You have to get approval from certain channels to be able to watch somebody else. Think about that.
Okay. Have fun with that.
The person who sent me that email in the chat. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Find yourself a mirror and slap the shit out of yourself because you have to get permission to watch other channels on YouTube.
I guess.
Is that the channel you should be watching? I mean, I don't know, man. Bob, it's like just watching all these Karens and seeing all this, and I'm like,
I don't.
People cannot think for themselves anymore. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Here's who we are.
I don't know. It's just crazy. It's a crazy freaking world. Here's some of this. Only ticket I have had was driving without a license. Left out I was 16. Yeah, unfortunately, Queen of Swords. I've gotten over 7 to 8 speeding tickets and stuff. I've gotten tickets. You're not borrowing my license. You're not borrowing my car. Hobbs, how do we get here, mate? I used to believe I was optimal of the Verge. Trust me, it gets better. And still average through. I embrace it. But I still love Carla's one comment. You can't argue with stupid. You can't.
Yeah,
you can't argue with these people. I just
don't care. It's like, okay, I can't do this and that because of this and that. I go, okay, fine. It don't bother me. Thank you for telling me that.
It's like, why? I'm always sitting thinking, why would you even tell why would you even want to send an email to me that saying you do watch me, but you can't show your face in the chat? I'm like, now, if you're a person that's shy, I get that 100%. There's a lot of people that are shy. That
I mean, let you know. That's kind of. I mean, it's kind of nice. I'm like, I would like that. I'm like, oh well, okay, I understand.
I know, but yeah, I'm fine. And people are shy. That's a great reason.
Yeah.
But say that you want to, but you're afraid that what other channels say about you. That's like, dude, you're a coward.
Yeah, I embrace it. I enjoy it. I've been hated since 2016. Been hated by all the fuckers since 2016. I don't know. I don't care. I'm like, I'm not from here. It don't bother me. If the locals don't like me, okay, I guess I'm not a local then. That's how I can always find out who's who. If they don't like me, they're obviously local because Sagittarians think I'm great. I get along great with the Sagittarians. I just don't get along with the Orion Spurs.
Well, you and I know what all happens to cowards.
Yeah.
This right here.
Ooh.
That's what happens to cowards right there.
Wow.
He's kicking the balls.
Yes. Yeah. So I get along great with the Sagittarians. There's not very many of us, but that's the problem.
Hey,
a small group of friends.
You just got to appreciate life, you know. I mean, maybe there was a reason why the wife and I went to downtown first to look at a person before we go in the mall. Maybe there was a reason, something, made us, because we were going to go down there. We would have been stuck. Maybe there was a higher being saying, hey, go this direction.
Yeah, redirected you. Yeah, that's what I joked about.
Right.
Was it last week when I was walking through a park? I was delayed. We had some things going on. I finally got lost. I was supposed to meet people. I ended up at a certain time to meet them at the park. And when I got to the park, I found marijuana. This would have been taken already. Talk about impeccable synchronicity timing. So everything's a synchronicity. Everything's timed. Everything is timed. Everything. If those of you guys that see numbers, that see consistent numbers, like whatever number that you always see, well, you got to be timed to see it because you've done 30 things before you saw that number for it to be at that one place at that one specific time for that 1 second. It requires a whole lot of strategy within your life to be there at that one time to see that number. Or, Eric, in your case, to have all them things happen so you went to a different place instead of the mall. You know what I mean?
I love that, Queen of Swords. I don't take orders from YouTubers. You don't. You should never take orders.
Right.
I mean, we complain about taking orders from our government, our presidents, and all that. And then you're taking orders from YouTubers of all people? Really?
That's like taking orders from a carny. You like a carny, a carny that works at the carnival? I'm like, oh, a carny just told you not to do something, huh? Take advice from a carny.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a YouTuber.
Hey, everybody in the chat, for this week and probably next week, all the shows are going to be at this time, at the 11 a.m. time for now. The schooling with the school, and I'm getting my back fixed at 3 o'clock every other day. Yeah,
What happened to your back?
Well, I mean, I've always had lower back problems. But it got to the point where it was getting so stiff in the spine where I'm beginning headaches and the pains be coming up here. And so when I went to the appointment on Thursday and went back on Friday, the bottom part of the spine where your flexibility, from a 1 to a 10, goes, you're a 1. Your spine's not even moving. So because it's not moving, all your stress is coming up from the bones here. And just what he did on Friday, just with the one visit, the weekend is so much better. And my daughter's been having some back pains and some headaches too. So she's actually, I made her appointment. We made our appointments together. So she's going in to get checked. Because like the doctor says, man, the biggest problem with people, and he's right, I'm guilty, you're guilty, is before we get warning signs of pains, we don't see nobody about it until it's there.
Well, I'm the opposite. Remember, I had multiple crushed discs, and then mine healed. I'm the opposite.
Well, on the bottom,
better.
You have that sponge.
Yeah.
Sponge part is like almost all terrated. It's almost.
Yeah, mine was. They had what they call that. An arthritic. I was labeled as arthritic. It was like black. It looked like in the X-rays was black. But then we had these cool ass shifts and whatever you want to call this effect, and my shit healed. So I get stiff, but it's like brand new. It's a brand new stiff. You guys might just need to do a little bit of yoga. Just unsnap it sometimes.
Well, I take walks every day. Take walks. We walk the dog every day.
Yeah. He does. You got to do yoga.
The walks over the weekend was so much better because the back had a little bit more flexibility. It's just one visit, so
I used to make fun of yoga people, dude. I used to like, oh, screw that. That's stupid. But not anymore. Not with we have a whole new spine. Our spine is huge.
God damn, Tom, you're right. Cartilage. That's what's terrating on the bottom of the back. So unless you keep your spine perfectly, it's gonna cause to be off. And
do yoga, stretch it, bend it. It's really
I'm gonna be putting out a 2-minute video on this channel later today. I want to do over the weekend. I was listening to. I don't want to spoil anything. I was listening to somebody and a celebrity that kind of talked about a Mandela effect that happened to them. Without saying the word Mandela effect, saying, I thought it used to be spelt like this. And I think a lot of people be shocked in who it is. I was going to try to get that out this weekend, but of course with no computer, I couldn't. It's just going to be a 2-minute video of playing this audio clip saying, look, some people are saying certain things, but of course they don't use the words Mandela. It's just like a lot of people. It's kind of cool. So watch it later today. Look out for that. And of course, Horror Talk tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about 4 movies that have a relation to real life. I don't got the link up yet. I got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah,
I got a lot of catching up to do. But hey, let's get going. Okay,
I gotta get some coffee. Keep talking.
All right. So tomorrow's Horror Talk on the Horror Talk channel. I'm going to be talking about 4 movies that are related to real life, or how not that they're related to real life, of how you are them, how we are them. So that's gonna be cool. So now, guys, we're gonna get into the topic about people who've been considered who have died twice. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that these people have really died twice, but there's some names that floats around in the Mandela Effect community that certain people have died twice. And Bob and I came up with 5 that's been known. And then if anybody knows in the chat what you heard, we're going to look up these people. The 5 that we have heard they died twice. I mean, of course, Nelson Mandela, which that one's a pure farts. And I'll save that one for last. I'm very passionate on the Nelson Mandela one. Okay. David Bowie has been known to who said they died twice. Bob Marley is a name that's been known in the Mandela Effect community that people have said died twice. Kirk Douglas has been known to die 3 times, according to people in the Mandela Effect community. Patrick Swayze is a popular one that people have known, has said, in the Mandela Effect community have done twice. Now, there's probably tons. I don't know tons, but these are the 5 that Bob and I have talked about that probably are the popular ones that are known. Yeah. There's some ones that I believe.
Sorry, I'm back.
That there's some other ones I believe that I say have died twice. Like for me, this is an honor mention. This is honor mention. I say George Lucas has died twice. I say he's died in that car accident, but he didn't die, because he was meant to make movies that had Mandela effects for people. I have made a video a long time ago. Actually, Bob was in parts of it. The Joan Jett has died twice.
Yeah.
And I made it. It's like a semi-documentary in a way. You know, those are some ones, but these are the 5 that Bob and I came up with that are more known in the Mandela Effect community.
Yeah.
So, you guys, if you know more, just write it in the chat. Like, hey, I've heard this guy die twice, and we're gonna look up some of these people in the Wikipedia on air, and we're just gonna try to see is there clues with numbers, dates, just anything that maybe look odd on. Maybe there's a reason why we're meant to believe that they died twice, or maybe they have died twice. I don't know. But here we're gonna start with Patrick Swayze. He's the guy on the beneath my head, all the way to the left. You can see Patrick Swayze coming on the ground. We'll pull up the Wikipedia on him. Okay, so Patrick Swayze. Okay,
Yeah.
now
Let's
Patrick
do a
Swayze.
disclaimer. Did you do a disclaimer on this one? Okay, I'm going to do a disclaimer, guys, before we go too far. Number one, these are all speculative.
Speculation.
Yeah, people have claimed that other people have died and came back, and they do it. But for the sake of argument, for my controls out there, that it's their job to debunk, and they rightfully should, because when it comes to people coming back, I have found more holes and more bullshit than any other Mandela Effect I've researched. I'm not saying anybody's having they're wrong. I'm just saying I found more misremembering on this one than anything. Oh, that was weird. Voices came in.
One of my other tabs, I didn't have the audio off.
Okay, so it's a disclaimer. These are allegedly people that had died and come back. If you don't remember them dying and coming back, it's because it's in somebody else's head. And then you have a group of people that just all of a sudden, hey, me too. It's another me too. I remember. No.
100%.
Yeah. So
100%.
let's start up with that. Okay.
No,
These are just alleged. These are the most popular alleged ones. Okay.
I have never heard about Patrick Swayze dying twice until you mentioned it. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Dude, the only 2 people on this whole list here that I have on the thumbnail that I ever heard is David Bowie and Nelson Mandela, of course. Yeah. Everybody else, I've never heard. Bob Graham, you told me about Bob Marley, and now Bob Marley is a little different for me. Not that he died twice, on how he died.
Yeah,
that's the mix for me on Bob Marley.
You and I agree with that one. We'll talk about that one. See if you guys. And don't just jump on our fucking turnip trucks, man. Just have an objection to it. It's okay to do that. It's okay.
The whole Fast and the Furious franchise have done that too. The dead don't die in those movies. Yeah. The Fast and the Furious. Yeah, dude. You see, dude. There's previews of the new Fast and the Furious movie number 9 that now Dom is gonna fight his little brother because his little brother was tired of living underneath his brother Don. I'm thinking, watching Fast and Furious, like, dude, was this the same fucking guy in the very first Fast and Furious that worked in a mechanic shop as a mechanic? Now he's a fucking I Spy agent. They fly special cars in the air. I'm sorry, guys. Fast and Furious, after Tokyo Drift, where they weren't even in it, I have never watched 5, 6, or 7, or 8. I have never watched the last 4 Fast and the Furious. I'm just like, and first of all, and guys, the first Fast and the Furious, guys, it's a ripoff from Point Break.
Yeah, it is.
Identical ripoff from Johnny Utah, played by Keanu Reeves in Point Break. Total ripoff.
Yeah.
So I actually don't really care for Fast and Furious, but here we go. Let me look at that. Now, it says here he was born August 18th, 1952. Now, in 1952, I mean, you can say, take the 1 and a 9, that makes it 10, plus 5 is 15, take away 2 is 13. So you could say in the year that he was born, the year can be turned into a 13.
Yeah, I mean, if you were, yeah, I always do math. I always add. I never subtract anything. But yeah, if you want to do that.
I mean, yeah. Now if you add it all, yeah, it does come out to 13. But if you add, and minus, then it does come out to 13. I mean, that doesn't really mean shit.
Yeah,
but about this is something might be interesting.
What's that?
What year was 9/11?
2011.
What year was 9/11? Oh, 2001. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. No. I was just looking at his Wikipedia. He died on September 14th, 2009. Way after. I'm way off on time. My bad. But like I said, I'm just trying to look for any kind of clues here.
Yeah, it's hard with the numbers. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to find a number thing for it. I with Patrick Swayze, I have not found anything for him.
Well, the only thing is, let's see here. I mean, the only real supernatural thing he's kind of done was the movie Ghost.
When did he die again? He died in what year?
He died September 14, 2009.
Okay, 2009. Okay. Now, he died of what? What did he say he died of? That's what got me.
Wasn't it cancer? Here, let me type it in here. Hold on. I think it was cancer. What did Patrick somebody probably already wrote in the chat Swayze died from? Let's see. Patrick Swayze. What caused Patrick Swayze to get pancreatic cancer?
Oh, pancreatic cancer. Yeah. See, that's where I have a incorrect memory, and I'm stressing that word. It's not correct, so I'm gonna go there. I thought it was lung cancer. In fact, I remember them talking about I remember the news because I'm a smoker, and it made me go, "Oh man, Patrick Swayze is one of my hero kind of guys in the movies." And here I am smoking. And I'm like, I felt like I should quit. I felt like Patrick Swayze. I thought it was lung cancer. That's me, though, and I'm wrong. Obviously wrong. So let's put that on the table. Yeah. Pancreatic cancer, when he died in 2009, I'm like, no, it was lung cancer. That's my only beef with that one. So other people said they remember him dying earlier than that from lung cancer. And I go, I don't know about that. I don't remember him dying before, but I remember it was lung cancer. That's what was in my head. So there's the reason why that name got brought up for me as that I don't know.
Keep saying something.
Yeah.
Hello? Hi, is it there? Yes.
Hi, this is the South Center Apple Store. I just wanted to talk to you about your computer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the next step would be, if you wanted to or not, to send it to the repair facility. It would be $428 plus tax, but that's completely up to you.
420?
428 plus tax.
Okay, let me talk to the wife and I'll call you back.
Perfect, sounds good.
Thank you, bye. Well, no, that was the Apple Store. So I was curious. They could not get the computer to come back to life, and to send it to a shop, an Apple shop, just to look at the computer, starts at $428. It's almost like it's almost like why I mean, seriously, why do you want to pay $428? Because that's just to look at it, to open it, because if they find something, replace something, it probably comes out to $600-700. And then you could buy a computer, a brand new Apple Air, for like $890 with another year of year protection. So
that's weird. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I hear everybody's got a computer that broke down around the same time. Everyone's talking about computers breaking down. They got money marathons to help them fucking buy computers and shit. I've got a computer from the year 2000. I run Windows 7 and have not broke down. I've not gotten hacked. I've had no problems. In fact, I've done a lot of hacking on a lot of other motherfuckers with my Windows 7 old PC. I've had no problems. Like, it's still got it. It's not touch screen. It's got nothing. I didn't download anything on it. No new updates. I kept it raw. I kept all this shit. Every time I want to download, update, nope. This update, nope. I kept the same original shit on that computer, and it's not gotten hacked, broke down, nothing. I do the opposite on that computer. Other ones, of course, I go ahead and update, but on that old computer, dude, no update since 2000.
Yeah.
That thing is running raw.
During the Apple update, too.
Yeah, a lot of people with their broken down. I see it on the web. I'm like, why all of a sudden everyone's computer's broke down?
Yeah,
I'm still fine.
Hobbs, the movie Vanishing Point, is that 1971 race car movie?
Oh,
I think that's the 1971 race car movie. How do we get here? Where the first one? Hobbs never seen it. Yeah, I know that movie, but I can't remember it too well. Let me see here. Anything interesting? Yeah, my back is jacked up too. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're getting old, but we're all getting old. I mean, it comes with age. Hate to say it. It does. It doesn't help, being kids, jumping off haystacks and stuff. Never helps.
Yeah. Done that, by the way. I've done that.
Jumping off haystacks, playing sports, playing football and stuff. It takes its time later in life. And then working at Circuit City, picking up refrigerators, all that pressure on your back. Yeah, you pay for the price later. My back is almost unmovable, but I have to move around to do things, and it hurts back. Yeah, if you don't move around, that's where it really gets you.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad.
How do we get here? I have strange and explained things that happen in my life too. At this point, places not being all together is real. Yeah, we should quit.
Not for me.
We should quit. I remember him dying of lung cancer. Here we go. I remember him dying of lung cancer. There were loads of pictures of him still smoking after a diagnosis.
Yes, that's what I remember.
Before his death.
He's dying of lung cancer, he's still smoking. That's what I had in my head when I saw the commercials when we were talking about I was like, well, how is he still smoking? Did we see, now here we go, let's debunk it. Did we see an incorrect news channel get the diagnosis wrong? I mean, that's on the table. Again, my favorite, where's Tony at in this one? Probably you guys probably saw a commercial with the wrong diagnosis. Yeah, because he was still smoking. He died lung cancer. But okay, somebody else saw it. That's cool.
Yeah. And the only connections of movies that he made, I guess you can relate, is probably Ghost, because he died and comes back as a ghost to revenge and save his wife from getting killed. But is there any Mandela effects in that movie Ghost by any chance?
Oh God, where's Hazel Fiver at when you need him? Maybe
is there any Mandela effects in Ghost? I'm curious. Blow your mind. No, I get everything else. I'm just curious. I know. I know that
there's a couple in Dirty Dancing. I remember there's something about
You know what? I think Hazel did Hazel or Mandela did about a song from.
There's a couple of them associated with him when it comes to Dirty Dancing with the music change. Also, a couple of scenes in Dirty Dancing has changed, they say. Again, people, this is not me. I'm not the movie changing guy. I'm more into the anthropology and the sociology stuff.
I looked into movies, but songs. Oh, here's something. She has Dirty Dancing, Belle Minley and Jennifer Warren, Time of My Life.
Felt this way before, and I thought it was
Can you hear it?
through the whole song.
Yeah.
And it just bugged me. And so I found covers of people starting the song out that way. And I'm just curious what you remember. And since I reported the other song change with this movie connected, yeah. I just thought, well, I talked about this on the live stream. I'll just make a video on it. Kind of follow theme. So anyways, let me know what you remember. Thanks for watching and God.
The time of my life, though I never felt this way before.
So it's a word change.
What did it change to?
Of my life, though I never felt this way before. Yes, I
had the time of my life,
and I've never felt this way before.
Okay.
Yes, I
Okay, so that's I mean that's a Dirty Dancing song. And here, look, I guess there's another one right here, Hungry Eyes.
All right, so this one's a little bit
Oh.
confusing, but the song by Eric Carmen,
So-
Hungry Eyes.
So maybe
the
there
Dirty Dancing
are a few.
song, popular. Okay, so it's a little bit different for me. It gets to about 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the song, and he goes, "Now I've got you in my sights with those hungry eyes," or I thought it was "those hungry eyes," because the rest of them is "these" and the other parts of the song, and I thought it was "those." However, all I hear is "the hungry eyes," and it sounds really weird to me. There's plenty of lyric.
Oh, it does sound
videos
weird
that
now.
say
The
those,
Hungry Eyes, when you think
like
about
you
it.
see here, but yeah.
Now I've got
I
you
know,
in my
it's
sights
not
with those
actually in the
hungry.
song, so yeah. What do you remember? I found covers that say "these" all the way through. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you remember, and God bless.
Hungry eyes. Hungry eyes.
The Hungry.
And everybody else says those, because those does sound better than the. Man, that guy got a high pitched voice. Okay, so sounds like there's a lot of music changes in the movie, The Hungry Eyes. So now anybody in the chat, do we remember like any movie changes, like an actual change in a movie, not dealing with the songs? Whoa, I think the computer must have kicked Bob off. Bobby back. I'll send him another invite just in case he doesn't have it. I'll send another invite. Here we go. That was weird. Yeah. Hey. Oh, there he is. Hey, Black Sheep. Welcome.
I got kicked out. Hey, Paul. I got kicked out. I lost internet. Something happened.
So does anybody remember like movie parts? Not the song parts, but is there any movie parts that have changed in Dirty Dancing? I'm wondering.
Something to do with that scene with.
I don't really watch Dirty Dancing like I mean I think the last time I seen it was probably 20 years ago. It's not a movie that I'll keep watching.
Well, there's something to do with that kid is they're going to the Dirty Dancing place and he's carrying a watermelon and some kind of I don't know some weird scene with that one. I'm not an old movie fan like that, but what I look at is
yeah me too, Carla. I haven't watched it in years. I you know, they could be like 20 changes in the movie Dirty Dancing. I haven't watched it in 20 years. Hey, Paul, is breathing. Yeah, we're glad you're breathing. Hopefully you're
alive.
Yeah.
No, Eric.
Yeah.
So what I was saying was,
you want to make sure the Black Sheep don't die twice.
He ain't gonna die twice. When people that have been rumored to die, okay, so there's a myth about him dying. I remember him dying of lung cancer, whatever. Whenever there's a myth of somebody dying, it seems that their movies have all of a sudden have Mandela effects. Changes in their songs and movies, that anything they're associated with in their personal life or whatever, like whatever they're connected to changes. So when people, it just surrounds people that are supposed to have died once. You see what I'm saying? For example, you talk about George Lucas dying and people remember him dying. All of a sudden, there's a lot of weird shit that changes in his movies. For example, David Bowie died for me. We're going to go through that in a minute. But then all of a sudden, his future shit is weird and has weird change. I don't know. Anyway, but so whenever somebody supposedly dies, they remember everything after that of their life is weird. And there's changes. Just me. Again, people, most likely I'm wrong on that. But anyway, go ahead.
No,
Get better, Paul.
Actually, I think I'm the only one who ever says George Lucas died twice. And the funny thing is that the funny thing is about the George Lucas thing is nobody takes it seriously. And I even show people the original newspaper clippings of him almost dying in that car crash where that car is 100% totaled.
Yeah.
But they're willing to believe someone else died, and there's no pictures of him in a car crash or nothing. But when I come out and say George Lucas in a car crash, everybody's like, no, he didn't die twice. Really? He had like the most Mandela effects, major ones in all movies. And it seems like every other movie that has the effects all come from his umbrella. You know, he's the tree. And if you go down Hollywood, Back to the Futures and all that, they're all related to George.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a connection. It's weird like that. If they had died and then stuff around them changes, maybe, I don't know. Just me. You guys be observant. Take your own notes. Do your own research. Figure it out.
Well, let's jump to David Bowie. Let's go to David Bowie. I don't think we need to look at any more movies from Patrick because he's done so many. I mean, it's okay. So here we go. We got David Bowie. All right, everybody, we got David Bowie here. So David Bowie was born January 8th, 1947. I mean, I guess if you take the 1 and a 9, make it a 10, plus 7, 17, you minus 4, you got 13. So I guess you could say 1947 year comes out to 13. And then he died January 10th, 2016 at the age of 69.
69.
So he died 69. I mean, number wise, I can't get that to 13, but the year you're born, I can get that to 13, but not the year he died. So, okay, first of all, here, I want to look up what did David Bowie die of. Let's see what Google says.
Yeah, see, this is where it gets weird.
What did David Bowie died of?
It's going to be a shitty-ass full-body cancer. I'm going to tell you right now. It's going to be some horrific cancer.
What type of cancer did David Bowie pass away from? According to this, he died of liver cancer. New York, January 10, 2016. English singer, songwriter, and actor David Bowie died in Lafayette Street home in New York after suffering from liver cancer for 18 months.
See, it's always a cancer. When these guys... the ones, again, people, most likely wrong. It seems that they've all died of cancer, of a horrible cancer. Yeah, Bowie's last album was called Lazarus. Because I have personally experienced the fact that I listened to the news when he died and listened to it, and they played his music all day on the radio station. Eric, one of our The Mountain. Remember that channel they took off? All of a sudden, it was weird. It was just gone one day, the channel The Mountain. They played his music all day to celebrate him because he died. And so that's why I know. I listened to his music. I was like, oh, fuck, he died. They talked all about him, how he owned himself. He's owned his own trademark, how brilliant the man was.
Is there any Bowie's last song was called Lazarus.
It's called Lazarus. Yes, Lazarus. Came back from the dead.
The Paul wrote, wasn't there some guy on the news date after Bowie's death look identical to Bowie?
I don't know about that one. Probably. I don't know. But when she talked about, so I did some research into his, he went on stage. He had a touring, it's called Black Star. It was a touring, it's actually at the theaters, actual, not movie theaters, but theaters. The song Lazarus. Now, Lazarus, if Paul and Carla's there, they'll fill it in the side there. Everybody should know who Lazarus is. He came back from the dead. So how ironic is that he would make the song about somebody coming back from the dead, Lazarus, and he himself had come back from the dead. So it's kind of cool. I'm still going through David Bowie's last album. It's amazing. It's got tons of stuff for you guys to look at if you're really into
this. Here, just for the hell of it, I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to share. I'm going to share the lyrics to Lazarus, And I want to thank
God.
Carla for bringing up the word Lazarus. Now, this is the lyrics. Look up here. I'm in heaven. I've got scars that can't be seen. I've got drama. Can't be stolen. Everybody knows me now. Look up there. Man, I'm in danger. I've got nothing left to lose. I'm so high, it makes my brain whirl. Drop my cell phone down below. And that just like me. Guys, I'm not singing like the song like how it's supposed to be sound, so I'm not a singer. So don't like Eric is all wrong. I don't even know how the song really goes. By the time I got to New York, I was living like a king. There I've used up all the money. I was looking for your ass. Oh man. He was looking for your ass. Oh God. This way or no way. You know I'll be free. Just like the bluebird. Now, ain't that just like me? Oh, I'll be free. Just like the bluebird. Oh, I'll be free. Ain't that just like me? So that's the lyrics. So does the lyrics, what's the lyrics is basically saying he's dying, he's going to heaven. I mean, the video was very strange. Even for well, that's for sure it was Bowie. Oh, that's for sure it was Bowie. Oh, I thought he was about to say, you don't sound like Bowie, but he didn't. You didn't.
Well, what was interesting, I was in Amsterdam. So I was running around Europe. I was in Amsterdam, and they had a cabal. They had a cabal exhibit in a museum, a traveling museum exhibit. I'm a museum guy, so I wanted to go see it. I couldn't get to it. It was called the Cabal exhibit. And there was this huge poster of David Bowie with an all-black skin-tight outfit on with scribbles all over it in chalk. And he had drawn the Kabbalah tree. And I'm like, when the fuck? I don't remember ever David Bowie being mixed up with the Cabal, especially taking pictures for the Cabal exhibit. And now, of course, he died in 2016. A lot of you guys go, there was that shift time. But that's fucking weird for me, man. He was all into the Cabal, the cult, the Cabal. I was like, I know all about the Cabal. So anyway, I was like, okay, well, of course you're in the Cabal. And of course you live longer than you were supposed to live in this place. So, but then he died horrifically with cancer and pain.
And I didn't know this. The film Bright with Will Smith shows a newspaper with a front page article claiming Bowie is an alien. Now, Bright's a movie that came out a couple years ago on Netflix, and I actually one of the rare people that actually liked the movie Bright. I actually thought that was cool.
Bright?
Cool. What?
I never heard of it. Bright?
Bright. It's a movie made for Netflix. Remember that movie called Alien Nation? Whereas
I don't watch television like that. No, I don't know.
Well, Alien Nation is about a cop and an alien working together because aliens on Earth. Well, Bright is a movie where aliens, fairies is all living on Earth. They're all existing. And like the movie Alien Nation, Will Smith is a cop and his partner is basically I forgot what they're called. What kind of creatures they're called in it. But it's like Alien Nation where they have to work together. So humans hate these creatures.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fairies in it with the magic girl with the magic witch or whatever. It was actually cool. I actually enjoyed it, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, no, I have not seen that.
It's actually critics hate the movie, but I actually enjoyed Bright. Bob, you'll like it because it goes all over It's like Alien Nation with steroids.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, Will Smith is in the yard and there's a fairy like flying around and he's like got a broom like killing the fairy like it's just like a regular fly. Like, damn fairies.
Yeah, that's weird. So he fights fairies?
Yes, he fights fairies in it. Okay. And it's a very weird magical movie, but it's actually not bad.
Okay.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, so David Bowie's associated with a lot of creepy stuff, and he's one of the ones that I put my stamp on. Probably the only one I put my stamp on. I'm like, if someone had to like put me in a lie detector test and said, "Do you remember David Bowie dying?" Well, yeah, I have a weird memory of it. So put me on a lie detector test. I'm gonna pass it.
Black Sheep, you seen that? I didn't watch that yet. There's a movie. It's not free on streaming services yet. I think you got to rent it. Unless it's on a streaming service called Love and Monsters. And I seen the commercials. I'm like, this movie looks like crazy shit. I want to watch it. It has that guy from The Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy, and all that. I want to see that. So I'm glad somebody's saying it's a good movie to go watch. I got to go watch it. I haven't watched that. You know what? Real quick. Friday night, we went to the movies, and I don't know why. I've never watched this movie before. It's an old movie. They replayed it. What's it called? Scott versus the World? Scott?
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. We watched it on the Dolby screen Friday night, and I heard there's a huge cult following for it. And I'm watching it, right? I'm like, I don't know why I've never seen this movie. And I'm like, this movie's crazy shit. How have I not ever seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I've seen it a while back. It was a good movie. It's really good movie.
I don't know why I have never seen it. Now, Sissy goes,
it's a comic book. It's a comic book. Movie based off a lot of movies.
Yeah. And the wife goes, well, that's when we were living in Maryland. And we were in, I go, okay. Because I go, I'm watching this movie Friday night for the first time saying, wow, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie doesn't make sense. He's a geeky kid on these fights, fighting all these people for a girl. And I thought I was like, no magic powers, no explanation. It's just like,
everybody's a comic book person. It's a comic book movie. It reminds me of here.
Love and Monsters on Netflix over here. Yeah, Love and Monster is not on Netflix over here.
I'll take a look at it.
The last thing I heard, we had to pay to rent Love and Monster, so I was waiting for it to come free. So I'll check it out now. I'm glad you did.
If it's out here, I'll watch it. I'll watch it here.
There is you know what okay, never mind. So that's David Bowie. So go back to we're talking about David Bowie here. So that's the lyrics to David Bowie. Going back to his Wikipedia. I'm trying to think of now, of course, we know not just for the music, he's famous for being in the movie Labyrinth, which was fantastic. Magic dance, playing with the ball, whatever, and all that cool stuff. He did fit the part perfectly. Now, but I never remember hearing anybody talk about if there's Mandela effects in the movie Labyrinth. Is there any effects you heard of that's in the movie? Or people in the chat, this is where you can help us. Is there any changes that people are saying that happened in the movie Labyrinth? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Not a movie guy. I don't know. I've only certain ones I'll know about, but
I've only watched it like twice, and that's about it.
If my hypothesis, and when I say hypothesis, that means just me, which means it's debatable, and you guys can take it and throw it away. Then if he has effects and he had died and then all of a sudden appeared again and like died again in 2016, for some people, that just a small few. And then he most likely has a lot of effect changes in his movies. He's most likely got a lot of weird changes. I don't remember him with the beard color eyes either. So
and the problem is
that's why I said these are the hard skeptical ones. They are hard for debunking
because Labyrinth is so old for us, and since we never watch it over and over like Star Wars, would. There could be changes that right in front of you. Joey Roca debunks all the Mandela effects. You have every right to debunk.
He's supposed to. That's what we encourage it on our channel.
If you believe every effect right off the bat without questioning yourself, then you're an idiot.
You're gonna go right into a cult and then goodbye. You gotta be you really gotta be hard and debunk. It's why I always put massive disclaimers on everything I say. For me, it's a hypothesis, not a theory, because it takes more than one. So that's why I encourage you guys to not, be open-minded, but also be scientific at the same time.
I guess the only thing might be interesting, it says here, he remained mostly active until his death of liver cancer at his home, 2 days after his 69th birthday, and the release of his final album, Black Star. So Black Star came out 2 days after he died. So, I mean, is the Black Star the album that has that song on there?
Black Star is on there. Lazarus is on there, and there's the Black Star. It's the 5-pointed star. Take a look at it. So it's the 5-pointed star, which is the 5-pointed star of Venus, which means it has its 5. Well, within a certain period of time, it makes or a rose or a 5-pointed star. It's the Venus star, feminine. But yeah, interesting. And it's about astronauts. It's about space. It's really fucking weird. I gotta see it all the way through. It's like his last movie in his place where he's alive still. He didn't die until 2016. So wow, man. Lazarus, really, man.
What did you say? Why is the comments turned off on Rolling Stone's channel on the song Sympathy for the Devil? The only song that the comment is turned off. Oh, wow, that's interesting.
No way.
That's interesting.
That's really interesting.
That's a damn good question. That
That's a damn good question.
I mean, why that song?
Yeah. What are they trying to hide? They must be trying to hide something. That's always what it is.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Well, you know what? Okay, let's. It's 12:24. Let's go to another person. Let's get off of this. Let's go to now. This is an interesting one in a lot of different because I'm going to go into Kirk Douglas because the rumor that I have heard from several people is they actually have heard him dying 3 times in life.
Okay, new for me.
Now that's what I heard from other people. They never gave explanations on what the third time, why 3 times. But
what did he die of? There we go. Let's start with that.
He had a lot of sickness, but here, like anything, what did Kirk Douglas die of? No,
cancer.
Remember, he was old. I mean, that's what did Kirk die of. The Oscar-winning actor died from natural causes at his home in Beverly Hills. He became centenarian in December 2016 and celebrated his birthday at the Beverly Hills Hotel. He was described by guests as still being in good shape and was able to walk with confidence. So basically, he didn't really die of any diseases. The man was old, and he had that. He had that one disease, right? What do you call it? He had a stroke.
Okay.
He had a stroke where he couldn't really speak anymore. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, so, this is new on me, so.
But people said he died like 3 times. Now, he died at the age of 103, so.
103, so that's your 13. There's your 13. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right.
103, okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. That ain't.
Okay.
Wow.
He died 3 times at 103. So it's 33.
I mean, I mean, in theory, you could say that when he had a stroke, he had a heart attack, they brought him back to life. They say that they would have died.
They brought him back, but they could have just modern medicine just brought him back, and they got the misprint. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of these channels, when they say, "Oh, I remember him dying 3 times," but they never really say, like you're saying, you thought David Bowie died not from this cancer. With Kirk Douglas, nobody's ever really said why they thought he died 3 times. Or did they see a news clip and said, Michael Douglas had a stroke or a heart attack, and they thought that's when he died, but he actually lived a little longer.
Yeah, that's a hard one for me.
And there's no way we could go into his movies and say there's been some changes because these movies are way too old.
Oh, yeah. It's so many. I'm going to have to go back and try to remember. He's got so many movies.
I mean, I respect the guy because the dude was in the Navy during World War II. He was an American soldier. I mean, he fought for his country. So, I mean, there's nothing that I could say anything bad about him. Great guy. Did he now he did play Moses, right?
He played Moses. Yeah. 13,000 subs, 13.
Yeah. but I'm not going to go into it. But I know I text you on the side. There were some weird things going on with that number over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about it here, but it was way above that. And I don't know. I'm not going to get into any speculations. Hey, I had a Mandela effect. I thought it was this. Now it's this. I don't know.
Yeah, I had the same issue. I was like, I could have swore I remember this particular number, and now it's to this number. But then I talked to somebody else, like, no, dude, it's always been that number. Huh? No, it wasn't. It was a different number. No, it was that number the whole time. Oh, okay. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it because I talked to my buddy Viz yesterday because the identical thing happened to him, and apparently what's happening. I mean, I'm not going to get into why.
We already know about it. Yeah,
we're very short. He's saying once a year, YouTube is taking anybody has more than one channel.
Yeah, they take the extras off.
Considered duplicates. They take them off, and I have been hearing from people that somehow I got unsubscribed from you.
Yeah,
okay, maybe they think maybe they thought your channel was a duplicate. I don't know, but
mine went up. My channel went up. It's been locked for going on 5 years now, and I finally got more.
It has naturally hairless balls. Well, actually, Joey, my balls is hairless.
Oh, damn, dude!
I don't know why you wanted to know that, Joey. I mean,
I got big ass hairy balls, dude. I'm sorry,
Joey. It is hairless. I mean, you got it right. Is it? You got magical powers? Are you like meditating at night and seeing me sleep naked in my bed, Joey?
I don't want to disappoint Joey, but I got big hairy balls.
If you are, Joey, I thought you were a happily married man. Should you tell your wife that you know that my balls is hairless on purpose? I mean, Joey?
Maybe he shaves. We don't know it. Maybe you got like one of them sticky papers and you pull the hair off your balls.
So I think we're done with Kirk Douglas. I mean,
I don't know.
People are making a far stretch on that one. Honestly. Yeah. I'm not putting anybody's Mandela effects down on anything, but I think that's a far stretch.
Yeah. What other one?
Especially saying he died. Oh, he's psychic. Okay. hey, Joey, it's fine to be psychic, but Joey, do you really want to be psychic on people's balls? Okay. Hey, you like balls? I bet you your favorite song, Joey, is AC/DC. I got big balls. I got big balls. You got big balls. Who's got the biggest balls of them all? I wonder if there's a Mandela effect in that song, Big Balls.
I do. I got big ass balls.
I bet you there's a Mandela effect in that song, Big Balls.
How many of other people have mysteriously died?
Let's go to Bob Marley.
Yeah, that's freaked me out. That's one of my other ones.
Okay, so here we go. What did Bob Marley die from? Let's see. According to this, how did Bob Marley get melanoma? Marley died from acrid lichenous melanoma, which is a form of skin cancer. He had been diagnosed in 1977 and it spread from under a nail of his toe. He discovered the melanoma while playing football in 1977. After doctors discovered it was cancer, he was advised to have his toe amputated. And the story goes, I think the story goes that he did not get his foot amputated and eventually took his life.
Oh, the cancer got him. Okay.
Yeah, the cancer got him. And I think they said he might have had a good survival chance if they would allow him to amputate his foot, but he won it.
Yeah.
So he died from it.
Yeah, no, he died for me in the late 70s and he was shot. Yeah,
I thought he was shot by not a mafia group, not
like some bad guys, some fucking gang, whatever. They shot him.
Yeah,
shot him dead. And he was shot. This is before the 80s. So like 79, 78 kind of a thing. I don't know if anybody else remembers, like I remember him being shot. But he's another one of those guys that I found out later that he was not shot. He lived into the 80s where he died of cancer. And I go, okay, I'm so sick of these fucking people that I suspected that didn't die, like David Bowie, cancer. I remember what's his name with the lung cancer. You know, I'm like, the cancer people, they're all dying of cancer that didn't originally die originally. Now they die of cancer. I'm like, okay, it's weird. Okay. No, I remember him. I remember him dying, man. I remember that on the news. I remember you and I talking about it.
I know, it is weird. Now, there is another Jamaican singer who did die from a gang. Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh died on September 11th. After he returned home in Jamaica, 3-man gang came to his house on a motorcycle demanding money. Tosh was shot twice in the head and killed. Now, I've learned this before the press because I was making illegal phone calls from a swimming pool place.
I was there.
And I wanted to talk to Peter Tosh and finding out that, he just died.
I was at the pool place. Called.
So we found out before the press. Now, of course, most Americans probably don't even know who the fuck Peter Tosh is. So,
he used to be part of the band. Now, Peter Tosh was part of the band. He was in the band with Bob Marley, and then he had his own thing.
Bob Marley. Joey said Bob Marley died of testicular cancer. Oh, okay.
Of course, anything with balls with it. Should you be jumping into a volcano, pendejo? Anybody else have any thoughts on Bob Marley in the side? Bob Marley died of besides Joey. So Bob Marley died from the pinky toe. Oh yeah, it was a toe.
He started from the toe.
How would you not know that, man? Even if you don't have a memory of him, how would you not know that he died from a toe cancer from his toe? How would anybody? You would know. You just would be common. It'd be like, oh man, you'd be growing up going, man, I hate to go out like that with fucking toe cancer. Like Bob Marley, one of the best singers ever. You would just know that.
Ronan the Voice says, yeah, he was shot.
Yeah, right. So another cancer.
I'm trying to see if maybe Mandela has any songs that people are saying there's a change from Bob Marley. She does a lot of songs, so I'm trying to see if there's any Bob Marley ones in here.
I wouldn't be shocked if he has a change in some of his songs because he lived. That's how it works. If you died, or maybe Tom Hanks died and nobody knows. Nobody knows that he had died. It just wasn't in the paper. And then all of a sudden he didn't die, and he's extended over here in this fucking comic book. And now he's got all kinds of changes in his movies, just like all the rest of these guys that supposedly died. And then as you go into this comic book timeline, they lived, and then they have a lot of changes in their shit, like letting you know there's something fishy about this man, woman, or whatever. It's just weird. I've had a lot of changes in my life. I've had a lot of fucking personal changes, tons of them in my life.
I wish these two were really on the show today because they're their song people. They know different songs. I'm trying to see if there's a Bob Marley in here. I don't see a Bob Marley, but
well, you guys look for one. I guarantee you'll find one. If you want to find some Mandela effects, or you want to fucking call them changes, if you believe in that, if that's your thing, that's your camp, then look up the people that had supposedly died but didn't die, and or suspected, just like, for example, Bob Marley. Look up his songs. You'll probably find changes in his songs. I'm just throwing some.
But it's a little known fact. Bob Marley likes smoking weed. In case you didn't know that about him. Wow, that's a shocker. Bob Marley smoked weed?
Yeah.
He don't smoke weed?
Yeah. This weed too. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That's what we have in common.
So I think there's no more we can say about Bob Marley.
Well,
But that is the weird changes of not that he died maybe twice. It's more of what he died of.
yeah.
You know, people have memories shot, and then people have memory. Now, of course, we grew up loving reggae during that time, so that's why it's interesting now. Now, let's see here. So let's go with somebody else now. Bob Marley, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Now, you mentioned this name. I don't know really too much about this guy, but this was brought up by you of the guy, Billy Graham.
Billy Graham was another one.
I'm not up on church stuff, so I don't know about Bill Graham. I mean, so actually, let me ask you first of all, Bob, who is Billy Graham, even in the first place?
Billy Graham is an evangelist. Is that what it says? He's an evangelist. He's one of them evangelists that supposedly kept dying. Like they kept seeing his funeral, and another year later they saw his funeral again. And these are what people. I'm going to use the word allegedly. Like if Joey was in there, he'd be agreeing with me.
So he's a preacher.
He's a preacher. Yeah.
So first of all, he died. I mean, he was born November 7, 1918. Out of the year, I can't get a 13 out of it, but he died February 21st, 2018. He died at the age of 99. So he basically had a full life. God damn.
Yeah. Of what? Cancer though?
The problem is when I type in Billy Graham for that kind of stuff, Billy Graham, there's so many Billy Grahams out there, but I'll give it a shot. Like to even get him on Wikipedia, I had to add in the word church because I was getting every other Billy Graham. What did Billy Graham die from? Hopefully, it'll give me this guy. What were Billy Graham's last words? Hey, this might be interesting.
Okay.
This is what his last words are. I'll be in heaven for one reason. Many years ago, I put my faith and trust in Jesus Christ, who died on the cross to make our forgiveness possible and rose again from the dead to give us eternal life. Do you know you will go to heaven when you die? You can by committing your life to Jesus Christ today. So technically, they say that was his final words. What did Billy Graham say about his death? Preach. He said his death was, of course, inventable. No one. But what happened to Billy Graham? What age? Of course, he was 99. There's nothing really saying he probably just died of natural causes.
Yeah, I would probably not on there, but maybe cancer. Ooh, I don't know. There's be consistency with it. They just probably didn't list it. You should type in Billy Graham Mandela Effect. You should maybe see if that pops up anything.
Billy Graham Mandela Effect. Okay.
Yeah, let's see if anything pops up. Because again, guys, this is not my area. I only know David Bowie and Bob Marley for sure, but the other ones I don't know. They're all somebody else's memory. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Please watch Mandela Effect proof Billy Graham died.
Oh,
but thing is, that's a Pinterest. That's one of those. Hold on a second. I don't think I could get something out of it, but here, see, watch. What I'm talking about is police watch Mandela Effect proof Billy Graham died in 2012. So this. So please watch. So some person. Oh, hold on, let me get this off.
So they remember him dying in 2012. Okay.
Well, somebody actually has a video. I never heard of her. No disrespect to her. Casman. Casman. Please watch Mandela Proof died in 2012. It's got almost 100,000 views.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is a site I found trying to find proof of Billy Graham's death. I don't remember having to do encoding and things like that to pull up the date, but I wanted to record myself doing this because my iRecorder for some reason wouldn't work, and getting into this site is a bit difficult. And what happens is it tells you found not found. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to maneuver this.
Here, let me fast forward a little bit.
Is this supposed to be the funeral?
It just changed. What the hell?
Hold on.
Channel. I am going to try to put the link up under
Reverend Billy
this
Graham's
video
final sermon on his
in the
95th
description
birthday.
section.
Okay.
95th birthday.
Want to try to open up yourself and get the video to open. It will not let me open it. I'm not familiar with things like encoding. I know things like that can be done to trace the person who posted it when
His
they posted
final sermon on
maybe
his
even
95th birthday.
contact
That
that
doesn't
person.
mean
How to
died.
do any of that. Very familiar, like what I remember seeing at the funeral. So comment, tell me what you think. Definitely the overseer of the web. The same people who created CERN created the World Wide Web. And I believe this web is the matrix we're trapped in. You know, the movie Matrix was very, very prophetic. And comment, tell me what you think. Do you remember
Thank you.
Billy Graham
for this
passing away?
information.
I do. I watched the funeral.
Give her a little
I
comment.
watched the tributes on TVN. They had every celebrity.
Okay. I mean, that's something. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
we got something. It looks like Queen of Swords said, I think he died like 3 times. Yeah, that's one of the big ones people talk about. Billy Graham, people remember him. They watched the funeral on television. He's 3 times, I guess. Weird.
Well, Joey, you wrote Jesus is King. Technically,
He died.
God's title, that God's King, and then Jesus is maybe a prince.
Well, he died on a tree and he died on a cross. So he died a couple times too. So that's a dying dude right there. He's a dyer. Who the hell didn't die? I died a few times. Fuck it.
I know. What's sad is so far, few of these people we're talking about died at the age of 103. This guy died 99. I mean, they at least had a good life. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. I mean, that was kind of cool. Billy Graham. That was kind of cool. Okay.
Anybody else we have on there dying?
Well, the last one, I mean, we've done shows on them before, but I mean, we have, I guess we'll technically have to bring up, of course, the Nelson Mandela. And I'm not going to get into full, because this one is personal in a lot of different ways because people in the chat, if you really want to know the phonies, I mean, I'm talking about the true phonies of the Mandela Effect of the world is when people say they remember him dying twice. The first thing you need to ask yourself when somebody says Nelson Mandela dying twice, look at the person who's saying it, and first of all, look at his age. Okay, I'm serious. Look at his age. Okay.
Yeah.
Bob is now 50. Bob's not trying to hide his age. Bob is now 50. Bob says, as a young kid, he remembers seeing something. And there was a thing to say that he did die because his life was in danger in prison. And that report turned out to be a false proof. But there was a footage of saying he did die. Now, Bob's 50, he remembers that. When people in their age of, I don't know what the cutoff age was going to be. I would say maybe like 42 and below. If you're 42 below and you say you remember him dying, I'm going to say you're full of shit. And the reason is you weren't alive when apparently they say he died. Okay. Nelson Mandela became president at one time in life, of course. That's big news. But before that big news, Nelson Mandela was not like Gandhi, who walked on water, where he's
Walked on water.
where what I mean is he's not going to be on the news every year about dying. So if you're in your 30s and 20s, you would never even know about Nelson Mandela. It's not like, how can you remember him dying twice when you weren't even born when he died the first time? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So with Nelson Mandela, I have to look at the person's age. And if a 20-year-old says, when a 20-year-old comes on and says, my 2 top Mandela effects, you know, he goes on these shows, on these YouTube channels. What are your top Mandela effects? Nelson Mandela and Ed McMahon. How old are you? You're 25? You weren't even born when these guys were on TV. What the?
Obviously, you got in a fight with somebody. I could tell.
No, it's not in a fight. It's.
You can always tell when Eric fights with somebody because he keeps bringing it up.
It's not about fighting. It's about finding the truth, right? And listen, there's a lot of Mandela effects you've mentioned I've never heard of, right?
Yeah.
And I'll admit, like the Bibles, I don't know shit about the Bible. I don't admit that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Bob. Say, oh yeah, I remember the lying lay with the lamb. I don't. But seeing young people that were even born during the Mandela, when they say Nelson Mandela died, full of shit.
Only thing I remember was Dad and I having the conversation. I remember Dad, we were talking about it. The funeral was going on. I'm fucking fiddling around on my kid. I don't give a shit. But Dad was fascinated with, Dad liked military stuff because Dad was in the military for so long.
Yeah.
He got Soldier of Fortune magazine. He was interested in what's going on in South Africa. He was big on the Boer Wars, which now we have like 3 of them. We only had 1. And he was telling me about it. And so I was like, Dad, so tell me a little bit about what's going on with this, with the funeral. And Dad was like, in my time, Dad said, yeah, he died of tuberculosis. He died of lung problems, tuberculosis. So he's dead. The funeral was going on in the prison. There was minimal cameras. It was in the prison. It was mostly headline bullshit on your whatever local channel. And Dad said to me, and I go, well, tell me about Nelson. He goes, well, he was a head of a terrorist group, a guerrilla group that was burning farms. Dad told me the whole story. That's why I learned about him. The group was burning farms, and they were killing women and children indiscriminately, and he was in charge. So Dad said he was in charge, and because he was in charge, they put him in prison. But they were continuing to burn, it used to be Dutch settlement, so they were burning all the farms down and shit. So Dad goes, yeah, he was the head of a not terrorist at that time. He was head of a guerrilla group, but now he's dead. He died.
Yeah. Now
he died of tuberculosis. I go, oh, okay.
Yeah, and at first there was a story to protect him in jail. But now this one, I'll prevent this quote. There is a clip of Bush said Nelson Mandela is dead. Now that's different. That's different.
Yeah.
He says they remember seeing a clip. I could accept that from anybody in the era of being alive with George Bush. But I'm talking about print. I'm talking about the people who are saying they remembered the funeral when they weren't even born yet.
Yeah,
when the funeral come. What Bush has said. What Bush has said, I can accept that. That's not a debate about people saying about Bush saying he died. Okay, that I could take, but I just can't take the people who weren't even born when the original happened. I'm glad you brought that up because I don't want people to get
way above them.
Well, Eric is saying about George Bush. No, George Bush saying he died. That is something to talk about right there. That is a conversation of its own.
Yeah,
not people saying they remember him dying when they weren't even born. That's the part that I'm saying that once I heard this guy did an interview saying that was his biggest Mandela effects, I turned it off saying, I will never watch this guy's channel because the 2 biggest Mandela effects he's saying that changed his life, he wasn't even born for it.
Yeah. He's connected to the locals.
Like when Bob kind of opened my eyes was Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back because I was alive and those were the first movies I ever saw in the theaters. Okay, I was born. I saw them.
Yeah.
I watched them.
Yeah.
Okay. Now movies are easier to do clips because you can start watching a movie at any time in life, and you can always say, "Oh, that movie just changed for me today." That's different. When you talk about people dying, you kind of have to be alive during that time to say, "I remember him dying." If you weren't born, there's no way you can have that memory. There's just it's not even a false memory. There was never a memory in the first place.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that kid. I don't. He's a fucking child. Who cares? It's like getting mad at a fucking 2-year-old. Like, you remember Nelson Mandela dying? Yeah. Okay, cool. And it's like I don't even have that conversation.
Yeah, and it was proven that Fiona Broom created this with her editor to sell books.
Yeah,
I'm not bashing the theory.
Yeah,
the theory is very true, but the theory is a theory of a parallel universe.
Eric hates the word Nelson Mandela. That's why he gets pissed off.
Well, it's because name a philosophy of a real process of where things happening, and you based it on false presence.
Yeah, I stay away from it. That's why I'm like, I don't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I stay away from it. I don't fucking get away from that guy. A lot of negative connotations with shithead here. I don't fuck with it. I don't care.
But beyond that, now let's
David Bowie I care about. David Bowie was for me solid.
Let's take him off the table. Okay, people in the chat now. We got about 6 minutes left. Anybody in the chat, is there a name that you have heard that we haven't talked about who has died? And I'll pull up a Wikipedia. We can look at them. So is there anybody else from you guys from the chat that you know of who died?
Anybody
said in a clip way before Mandela died.
Right.
I accept Bush. I want to see print that. Is there a clip?
There's lots of those clips of him. Like
I said, I'm never bashing about the Bush clip. I'm just bashing on the people who said they don't remember. Not like now you're 61, Bob's 50. I would take the Nelson from you two than from a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old. That's all I'm saying.
The bass player from Queen. Huh.
Okay. That's a good one. Let's see here. Hold on.
Okay.
Who is the bass player? I don't know the guy's name. That's why I'm doing that. But bass player from Queen. Okay. The guy's name is John Deacon.
Huh.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull him up in a Wikipedia, and we're gonna look at this together because I've never heard of this one. And of course, there is some famous Mandela songs. Okay, John Deacon.
It says Brian.
John Deacon. Let's see here. John Deacon was born August 1951. Now 1951 comes out to a 14, so there's no 13 there for me. Years active. What year did John? Okay, so what? Okay, hold on. Is it now? First of all, is John Deacon alive or is he dead? Is he alive or dead? That's part I need to know.
I don't know. It'd be in this. It'd be in there. It'd be in the.
Is John Deacon still alive? Let's see. Doesn't say he's dead. Why did John Deacon leave Queen? Clearly, Freddie's death is the reason why John left the band. He was greatly upset by the death of his closest friend and colleague. In 2014, Brian, who continued the band with Roger Taylor and contributing singer Adam Lambert, said they had little contact with the bassist now. So I guess the band is not talking to John.
Oh.
So he must be still alive. When was John Deacon last seen? his last known video footage is a member of Queen. So basically, when he died, he left.
Okay, so he's still alive.
So he's still alive. I'm looking. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, nobody thinking I'm taking shots about the Bush part of Nelson Mandela. I'm just taking shots of the young people saying they saw the funeral. There's no way funeral. That's where I was getting at. So
I told him, don't get mad at a kid. He's an idiot. He's a child.
I got shoes older than some of these kids. They're saying,
yeah,
he is alive. Then great. He's alive.
Okay, but you remember him dying. Okay.
Now there is some songs from Queen. I think Another One Bites the Dust. I think some people are saying in that, or We Will Rock You. Isn't there something in there that people are saying that there's a Mandela Effect change?
The song We Are the Champions. Of course, you debunked that. A lot of people debunked it, but I mean, I still remember it on the radio with the Of the World. But
yeah. You're right.
Everybody debunked it and said, "Well, it's from an album," which they could be right. That's what sucks about that one. I still remember it as the radio, the world, and I'm full blown, not from here. So in my world, yeah, it was there.
For myself, Mom always said it was when she died, a child star. Oh, Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Carla has Gene Wilder. I've heard that one before. I actually have heard about Gene Wilder.
Wow.
Shirley Temple. She died as a child actor. Everything those VCR commercials came on selling box set movies and crap. Heard this for years from Mom.
Okay.
So Shirley Temple and Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. So, I've heard people mention Gene Wilder.
Let me see. Any Mandela effects about Gene Wilder. And we'll just stick with Gene Wilder and Shirley Temple, and we won't take no more for today.
Gene Wilder is also, he's Jewish. So I'm just saying there's a running theme with Jewish people having these things. I don't know. It's some Mandela weird changes and stuff.
Well, there is a guy who did a video. I want to give him a shout out because I'm not asking you guys permission. Gene Wilder, Mandela Effect, right here from Bullseye. Let's see. Let's just hear a little bit. We're not going to listen to his whole 12-minute,
no,
2-hour mark, but let's see if he says anything.
All right. It's August 31st, 2016. And maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't heard about Gene Wilder. He was a famous comedian.
Okay.
Apparently he died Monday, 29th of August, 2016. But I remember him being celebrated. We're having a tribute to him in one of the Academy Awards way back ago. So when the news came out that Gene Wilder died,
I know what he's talking about. Every year with the Academy Awards, towards the end of the show, they go through a montage of all the people who have died the previous year.
Yeah.
In celebrations. Now, I remember seeing the one about Gene Wilder of his actual year that he died. So basically, his remember, he saw that before that one won the Academy Award. So that's I'm not going to watch this whole video. We don't have time for that.
Another 2016 death, like David Bowie. Something about 2016. There was a big ass flip for a lot of people were dying. It was a weird year for a lot of people on a different levels. I don't care if it's always been going on. I've always seen changes, whatever. But 2016, whatever your fucking game plan is, was significant for a lot of people. And yeah, that's weird because David Bowie died in 16. He died in 16. Was it Nelson Mandela died in 13? It's just, I was a big fan of his. I like
So the rest of the video he did other not just on Gene Wilder. So
yeah,
let's just last one. Let's look up Shirley Temple because he's a loyal follower. He watches me on Horror Talk, so I want to give his Shirley Temple justice. So here, let me type in Shirley Temple Mandela Effect. Shirley Temple Mandela Effects, if there is any.
Yeah.
Shirley Temple dying Mandela Effect Reddit. So there's something on Reddit. Okay, let me click on it. Here, let me share.
The birth of Q. Oh yeah.
Now,
yeah,
I'm going to say something. This guy who runs this Mandela Effect, I don't like this fucking guy because every time I post something, it's gone. This guy has his people, and he doesn't let a lot of open people put this in here. So first of all, I just want to say, fuck this guy. I don't like his, but my Reddit page is better than his. I'm just saying.
What's the research though? What's the research?
Really people dying. Watching a YouTube video when a person was talking about her husband not being her husband, like Shirley Temple not dying, even though she remembered her dying, and I froze. I started shaking. Like I literally remember Shirley Temple dying too. It was a big deal. I remember it so clearly. They were re-releasing Curly Top colorized with a special dedication to her dying as a child. I'm still like shook. I'm staring at the picture of an older self. This is real. It can't be real. So a person is just basically saw something Curly Top doing a special, and if he's freaking this person out.
Okay.
Not really too much, just on a Curly Top special. And that's the problem right there, because not everybody's a Curly Top fan. Not watch Curly Top. So that's one of those that it's got to be a personal belief, because if you're not a Curly Top fan, I mean, I know Curly Top is, but I really don't care too much for his comedy. So I've never seen this or heard this.
Okay. I mean, but somebody else out there has that memory. That's the thing.
It's a personal one. So I like that.
It's a personal one. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now, everybody, this is your real Reddit page right here. Just saying. If we're on here anyway, this is your real channel. Look at that. I got Ed Lorraine, Amityville Horror, Top 10 Bruce Campbell Performance, Braveheart soundtrack. Look at this guy. This is Grandpa World, Manimal Research, Texas Danny, Bigfoot Stories. She was on our channel. Bob's video over the weekend is on here. It is on here. Oh yeah. This is now making devil eggs.
Okay.
I put him on here. People want to make devil eggs? You learn from this guy. He makes good devil eggs. Restricted. Here it is. Dr. Bob, your Dr. Wu channel, you got to be age restricted. Ooh. Yeah. Then this is the one you did over the weekend, right? Dr. Wu. The Mandela Effect. Now, like computers were down, so I didn't get to watch none of these shows. But guys, you can go to Bob's channel or go to my Reddit channel, and Bob's on here too. So you can. Oh, I'm gonna approve Bob's video. That means his video was approved by me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is the one that we did over the weekend, but we put it on the Gypsy Road channel.
Yeah.
So beyond that, guys, I honestly think he's laughing. Hey, you're devil eggs, man. Everybody should see how you make devil eggs. Listen.
Why not?
I love listening to different people on how to cooking. One little fast cooking tip. You know what a good thing to do before you're gonna cook food on a barbecue pit? You know how people have spray cans?
Yeah.
Bring the oil to get it slick so your food don't stick.
Yeah.
There's something better to do than using oil.
What's that?
And I learned these from a couple awesome rednecks. Redneck cooking barbecue. That's what they're called. Rednecks cooking barbecue.
Yeah. What do they use?
Take a potato. Okay. Cut the potato in half. Stick a fork in a potato. Take the rawness of the potato and rub that all through your barbecue.
Yeah, the starch.
It's not oil. It's natural starch. And your food won't stick. And you're using, because the problem with oil is when you spray oil, it burns too quickly and it burns off. But the starch takes better heat than oil.
Yeah, that was funny because somebody this weekend I was talking to a friend over here. They didn't have their chapstick, and I said, "Well, use potato." They're like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, take a potato, cut it in two, rub it all over your lips. The potato, the raw part of the potato, and it's better than chapstick." And I go, "Our dad, when we were kids growing up in the mountains, would be cold, hot, cold, hot." My dad was like, he'd cut a potato in half. He'd hand us half a potato, and you just use it as chapstick. Put it in your pocket. You need some more. You cut the fresh slit off the potato, rub it on your lips for chapstick. It worked all day.
But
that's all you need.
It's a low carb. Well, but I mean, you're using it for the food don't stick, so you're not really getting the carbs.
Yeah, it's
taking the potato and rubbing it on your barbecue pit.
I think they're just joking. They're joking. Yeah. Obviously, they're joking.
Real quick, Carla wrote about 2016. 2016 was the birth of Q2.
Yeah.
Then what is this?
Oh, yeah.
2007, myself and my teammates strolled down from Vegas Strip on our way to the National Finals Pool Championship. We played We Are the Champions, and we were disappointed it didn't stay of the world.
Yeah, you got left hanging like there's something wrong here.
Now, guys, so like I said, guys, for the rest of the week, Wednesday and Friday is going to be at 11 o'clock. I finally got a computer, so I'll be working on what those topics are. Didn't have a computer over the weekend, so I'm slacking. So I'm sorry you didn't get my newsletter yet, but I'm still working on it. I'll get it out. I just finally got the computer back, and I gotta get my back fixed in a couple hours.
Yes.
But tomorrow, Horror Talk channel is normal, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Tuesday and Thursday. I'll have that link up later tonight. I gotta finish it. So beyond that, guys, I think today was awesome. I think we were able to pull off people dying twice.
Yeah, best we can.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to take a shot at it. I think we did the best we can.
Yeah. And you guys can debunk it. It's debunkable 100%. I get that. This is an individual thing. So if somebody says that they remember it, just lay off them a little bit, lay off her a little bit. It's mostly an individual thing. It's not a common thing to have, whatever the community we want to call it. So yeah. So with just saying that, use your best judgment on stuff like that. Just be cool with people with that one.
And hopefully, Prina, you didn't think I was taking shots at you about Nelson Mandela. You're 62, so when you say you remember, I believe that. It's just when a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old says they remember a funeral, and it's just, how can you remember a funeral when you weren't even born yet? That's all I'm saying. So beyond that, guys, we're going to end this show, and I had a fun time. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.